Welcome to Lsfl Countdown, the only show on the Lsfl network in which you can actually understand what people are saying. Each week we will give you a preview of the upcoming slate of the weekend games. We will begin first in Boston, where the undefeated Dallas Grimace come to town to take on the 1-3 Boston Predators. The Grimace felt a bit disrespected when the season began, with the entire league predicting their demise this season. The Grimace gave the league a warm glass of shut the hell up, breaking off 4 straight victories to start the season. However, their point production shows that a bit of luck has played a part in all 4 of those victories. A team that has been on the other end of the luck spectrum, the Boston Predators seek to right their ship with a big win this weekend. The Predators have seen both their first 2 picks go down for the entire season. The Grimace are coming off a huge win last week against a 3-time Team of the Week winner, the Pennsylvania Peckers. So could this possibly be a letdown game with the Grimace overlooking the Predators? The Grimace lead this series 2-0, with the Grimace eking out one last year 83-82. I think this game will be closer than you think, with the Grimace again barely getting past the Predators. 1 is the loneliest number, at least when it comes to the teams in our next matchup. Both teams have a combined 1 win on the season. The winless Miami Rattlers visit the Brooklyn Rugrats in a game that has Toilet Bowl written all over it. The Rattlers at face value seem to be pretty bad at this point, but if you look at the games they have played, they only lost their first 3 games by a combined 8 points. The Rattlers still have value on their squad and are only 1 trade away from getting back on the right track. The Rugrats have had some internal squabbling as of late, with owner Freddie Reyes publicly questioning the decision-making of the Rugrats coaching staff. Freddie promises there will be big changes in the future if they do not get back to their winning ways. Either way, one of these teams will be back in it with a win this week, or one will be even closer to elimination. The Rattlers lead this series 4-3, with the Rattlers winning last year 90-85. With the injuries the Rattlers have this week, I believe this game may just be a blowout, with the Rugrats cutting the head off the snake. In a game I find very interesting, the LA Bucks travel to their old home in Tampa to take on the Big Timers. The Bucks have been tough to figure out this season. Some games they are really good, and others they are really bad. Their Week 3 effort of 56 points has been the lowest of any team this season. However, they still have managed to stay afloat in the AFC with a 2-2 record. The Big Timers are in their rookie season, and as such have made some rookie mistakes thus far. They now sit at 1-3, but ironically have more points scored than the 4-0 Dallas Grimace. I like this Big Timers team, and I'm willing to bet they will be in the hunt down the stretch as they get the kinks worked out on their team. This is going to be my upset special this week, as I think the Big Timers will blow out the visiting Buccaneers this weekend. Our next game features 2 teams fighting to stay above 500 as the 2-2 New York Dragons go down south to face the 2-2 Atlanta Giants. The Dragons have scored well all season long, but have struggled in their conference play. Could it be a case of Fantasy Bowl hangover? The Dragons went 4-9 after their last Fantasy Bowl victory, but I don't see the same Fantasy Bowl hangover happening this season. The Giants could have been in some deep trouble this season after starting 0-2 and winning by only 2 points in Week 3. The Giants won again last week, getting back on track and now on a 2-game winning streak. The Giants started off so last season as well, starting off 0-3, but they ended up finishing strong with a 7-6 record, just barely missing the playoffs. The Giants lead this series 2-0, and last year winning a barn burner 125-102. This game is a tough one to call, but I think the Giants will continue their winning streak this week by barely getting by the Dragons. This next game could have easily been Game of the Week if not for the one that was selected for obvious reasons. The 3-1 Las Vegas Spartans travel across country to visit the 3-1 Pennsylvania Peckers. If not for a 1-point loss in Week 2, the Las Vegas Spartans could easily be 4-0. The Spartans have put up huge points so far this season, including a Team of the Week nomination last week. What else can I say about the Pennsylvania Peckers that has already been said? They've started out the season with an unprecedented 3 Team of the Week nominations. They are on pace to break many LSFL records, but last week fell back down to earth with a 71-point performance. These teams are like mirror images of each other. They are 1-2 in points scored. Both have had the only Team of the Week honors to their credit. Both have 1 loss, which was actually to the Dallas Grimace. And of course, the series is tied 1-1. The Peckers won last year 63-58, but I promise this game won't be as low scoring. I see the Spartans winning this one in a shootout that will surely be one to watch. And finally now it's time for our Game of the Week. This is where we'll have the 2-2 Orlando Sharks visit the 3-1 Bronx Bombers. Now, when you think of rivalries, you may think Batman versus Joker, Roadrunner versus Coyote, or even Optimus Prime versus Megatron. I can assure you none of these rivalries hold a candle to the Bombers versus Sharks. It is the Lsfl version of the West Side Story. Although when it comes to comparing these two franchises, there is no comparison. The Bombers franchise cannot even begin to compare themselves to the Sharks without feeling a little bit embarrassed. The Bombers have one NFC Conference title and one NFC North title in 8 years. The Sharks have had 3 LSFL titles, which includes a 50-point beatdown of the Bombers in Fantasy Bowl 2, 3 AFC Conference titles, and 4 AFC South titles. Like I said, no comparison. This rivalry really got started in year 2 of the LSFL, where both owners were stuck in an office all day by themselves. If you think the trash talk gets heated now, I wish you could have heard it then. In fact, there was a day I can recall that was spent where both owners smashed each other's video game trophies. Yeah, we're that cool. However, with all that fighting, some great ideas were produced that made the LSFL what it is today. This season, the Bombers started off hot, but their point production has steadily been declining. The Sharks have been on an even keel, but not really great, not that bad either, averaging around 100 points each game they've played. The Sharks lead the series 5-3, with the Sharks winning last year 79-75. I will refrain from predicting this matchup since I do have a vested interest in the game, but I think you all can guess what I think will happen. That will do it here for Lsfl Countdown, where we once again have taken Mike's lame ideas and make them into Jason's great ones. Good luck, and we'll see you again next week.